Happy New Year, everybody on YouTube and all the NFL YouTube prognosticators and NFL fans everywhere. This is Andrew Warren, back here once again, giving you my thoughts about Week 17 and my picks for the 2019-2020 NFL wildcard games. Check it out. Okay, time for my thoughts for Week 17. First off, straight up last week I went 8-8 overall. 500 on that one. Against the spread, 7-9 overall. On that one. Well, for over and under, I went 11-3-2. So 11-3-2. So other than that, for overall for the records this year for this regular season, I went 128-98 overall and one push, and 120-38-1 overall for ATS, and over and under 131-126-2. So, could have been better, could have been worse this year, so, But, a lot to talk about for Week 17. What went down? Tampa Bay losing to Atlanta. Buffalo beating the New York Jets, the Jets beat the Buffalo Bills, I'm sorry. The Chicago Bears beating the Minnesota Vikings. The Cleveland Browns beat Cincinnati, which pretty much everyone can beat Cincinnati. Then, of course, Green Bay beat Detroit. The Chargers lost to Kansas City, which I'm going to get to in a bit. As for my New England Patriots, they lost to the Miami Dolphins, and because of that, now they're ranked third in the AFC, and that bounces Kansas City Chiefs for the second round and for the second round bye. So now we play for the wild card game against the Tennessee Titans. So for the wild card format right now, it is pretty much the Buffalo Bills versus the Houston Texans, Tennessee Titans versus the New England Patriots, and the Minnesota Vikings versus the New Orleans Saints, and the Seattle Seahawks versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Because the Eagles won their game, and they beat the New York Giants as the Dallas Cowboys beat the Redskins, but the Eagles won. They needed the Eagles to lose, which that didn't work out that way. And Denver beating Oakland. Like I mentioned, Tennessee beating Houston. And the Jacksonville Jaguars beating the Indianapolis Colts, and the Rams beating the Arizona Cardinals. So, and of course the Ravens beat Baltimore, and the Seattle Seahawks barely losing in the last second, which they had a non-pass interference call in the end of the game. So I think pretty much Seattle got screwed over in that game. And of course I thought they got in the goal line at the end of the game though. So I'm sorry, but anyway, so yeah, all that. So that was a pretty much thing. Now for the playoff format is number 1 Baltimore, and number 2 I believe. Hold on, wait a minute. Number 2 is Kansas City. Number 3 is my Patriots, so I'm like, oh my god, what am I in for? Now, and number 4, I believe that's gonna be. Hold on, I thought number 4 was. Yeah, number 4 is the Texans, and number 5 is Tennessee. No, I'm sorry. Number 5 is Buffalo. I'm sorry, and number 6 is Tennessee. So, and now for the NFC side, the 49ers is number 1, the Packers is number 2, the Saints I think they're number 3, and Philadelphia is number 4, and the Vikings are number 6, and the Seattle Seahawks number 5. I think what I said though was Kansas City being the first round bye, but I said for not the 49ers, that the Saints were going to be in the playoff picture, Seattle was going to be in the playoff picture, and I think I said the Eagles early in the year when I made my early playoff predictions, but I did not expect the Titans make it or Buffalo to make it, so that was kind of surprising, that part. And of course, the one I was really disappointed in was kind of like Dallas and Jacksonville, because I thought they were going to make it, but they didn't. It turned out that way, so what can you say about that one? But anyways, so now, and because my college picks, I think I went, hold on, I didn't think I went do my college picks yet. I did like 7 games. I went 7-7 overall, I believe, or hold on. See if I got that right. Yeah, I think I did something like that. So anyways, so I did my college picks already, which I'll get to in the championship game in a bit. So, hey, what can you say? But anyways, how I did could have been worse. It really did. I just my Patriots didn't show up when they needed to show up. Kansas City showed up when they needed to show up. For some reason, my New England Patriots always get a hard time with the Dolphins at the end of the year. How ironic is that? Maybe it's the decline of the Patriots dynasty. Who knows? And I'm a Patriots fan, and I admit that. I could be coming. I admit that. But what can you say? All right, let's continue on with my picks, shall we? Okay, now it's time to get to my playoff format and see what we're going to do. We're going to kick things off for the Bills and Texans. So we're going to do that game. So I think that one, going into that game, Buffalo's really, both of them, it's going to be a defensive battle, I think it is. So I think it possibly could be working out that way. So on that part. So I'm like, I think that's going to be a game that you're going to see a low scoring game, I think. I think that's going to be something like that because it's the battle of the defenses, really. I mean, I think the only difference is I think Houston has the better offense. So I think Houston's going to have a slight advantage of that. And it's a home crowd on that one. So I think I'm going to go lean towards the Houston Texans to win this game. So I'm going to take the Houston Texans over the Buffalo Bills. On the line now, the Texans are favored by 2.5 points in this game. I think that's a safe bet to do. I'm going to take the Texans minus 2.5. Over and under, it's 42.5. I'm going to go over 42.5. My New England Patriots and the Tennessee Titans. Listen, if you can't beat Miami, I don't know what you can expect from my Patriots. And just for the record, in the second half, the Patriots had the worst record in the AFC East, and they're going 4-4 overall. So, yikes. Tough to say about that one. But, I don't know. This could be the end of the dynasty. I don't really know. You know, Tennessee's been playing well with under Ryan Tannehill over Marcus Mariota, so maybe they had a quarterback difference problem down there. So, I don't know. What can you say? But, what can you do? Anyways, and I hate to do this, you know. If they can't beat Miami, I can't see how the Patriots going to beat the Titans. That's how I feel about that one. You know, that's how I feel. And another thing, Mike Vrabel knows Belichick. He's a mentor of Belichick. That's another bad sign for us, too. Overall, Belichick against his mentors, 12-12. Yikes. I have nothing to say about that. I have really nothing to say. Except I have no hope for my Patriots whatsoever, believe it or not. Shockingly, I know. But I don't see it. And I hate to tell you this, especially for my Patriots, I see an upset in this one. And I hate to do this, but I'm taking the Tennessee Titans over my New England Patriots in this game. And ironically in this one, the last time those two teams met in the playoffs, 2003 and 2004, when the Patriots had their 21-game winning streak. And Jeff Fisher was there, Steve McNair was there, Eddie George was there. It was their last run together. All of a sudden, things started crashing down for the Tennessee Titans on that game. Adam Vinatieri kicked the game-winning field goal. And I think ironically after that, though, I think they met in 78 in the when they were the Houston Oilers, and they pounded them like 31-14 in that one. And the last time they went to the wild card game was for the Patriots when they got killed by the Ravens 33-14. So not really that good. Not really that good. And kind of the ironic thing about it is, with the Patriots and Nick Saban from the head coach of the University of Alabama, it's kind of like, it's kind of like what Alabama and the Patriots think of what they're doing this year. And in fact, the last time they both won a championship together was when both the Patriots and Nick Saban both won a championship in the same year was in 2003 when Nick Saban was in LSU, when they won the Beast ATS championship that year when he was with the LSU Tigers. And if I remember correctly, I don't think it ever when Nick Saban was in Alabama, they won the championship game. Though I don't believe they did. And I mean, I don't think it's ever happened when they did that together. So it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe this is the first time since 2004. I mean, not 2004, maybe like 2007, that both Nick Saban and Bill Belichick never won a championship in the same year. So it's kind of like, wow, I don't think we could see that. So anyways, I think that's what I'm going to see right now. So I think I'm going to see that. That's why I smell an upset with this one. I don't think the Patriots have a shot. I'm going to face the Tennessee Titans to beat them. So I'm going to say the Tennessee Titans over my New England Patriots as an upset. On the line, though, the Patriots are favored by 4.5. I'm going to take the Tennessee Titans up side of that. I'm going to take the Titans plus 4.5. Over and under is 43.5. I'm going to go over 43.5 because it could go over 20 points on that one. And the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. Now those two teams last time they met in the playoffs was in the miracle game for the Minnesota Vikings when they had that last second shot and a Hail Mary and they ran in for a touchdown. But this is a different ball game. Kirk Cousins not really good in this prime time. So in New Orleans Saints, they're kind of used to that pretty much. Really, they have the ups and downs with it. So, but I think the Saints have a tight schedule in this one. I think they have a shot at this one. So. I'm going to say the New Orleans Saints over the Minnesota Vikings in this game. On the line, though, the Saints are favored by 7.5 points in this game. I'm going to say the New Orleans Saints minus 7.5. Over and under, it's 48.5. I'm going to go over 48.5. The Seattle Seahawks and the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles, they squeaked in the playoffs, winning that division in the NFC East. And the Seattle Seahawks, and they got that, like I said, they got that that controversial call in the end of the game for that game against the 49ers. So now they're sitting in the wild card spot in there when they face the Philadelphia Eagles. But ironically, though, I think Seattle could win this game. I think this is a game that Seattle could win. Philadelphia, I really can't see how Philadelphia can do anything. I can't see Carson Wentz being in the promised land of that. Ironically, this is the first full healthy season for Carson Wentz. Yeah, maybe let's stop going to that. So, but anyways, I think Seattle's been really good on the road this year. I think they're going to continue that momentum in the playoffs as they beat Philadelphia. So it depends what's going to happen this week. So I'm going to choose an upset in this one against. I think last night I checked, I think the Seahawks were the underdogs in this one, if I remember correctly. I don't think Philadelphia's favored in this game. I think Philadelphia's favored, if I remember correctly. But anyways, no matter what the point spread in this one, but no matter what, take Seattle to win this game. I like Seattle over the Philadelphia Eagles. What's on the line, I really thought Eagles were favored by 1.5 points in this game. Or it's a pick'em game, I think it is, something like that. So anyways, no matter what it is, it's a 1.5 pick'em. Take the Seattle Seahawks side of this one. So I'm going to take the Seahawks plus 1.5 or pick'em, whatever it is. I thought I checked was a pick'em. Over and under, it's 46. I'm going to go under 46 on this one. I think that's a small price to pay, but I think it's going to pull it off. So that's what I'm going to choose right there. But there you go. There's my wildcard picks in this one. Hope you enjoy this one. Hey, while you're at it, check out the Blind Canadian Cat around here. So check him out. And don't forget to check out my good old buddy Half Moon's Picks. Check him out too. They're really good NFL prognosticators down below. They're all in the description down below. Until then, this is Andrew Warren, signing off. Peace. Oh, I almost forgot. I forgot my championship pick. I think that's next Monday. So, anyways, it's LSU and Clemson for the championship. And so I think this is going to be a tight one to watch. But I think this is going to be an emotional win for the offensive coordinator for LSU, Steve Estimator. So who lost his daughter-in-law in a plane crash recently and it passed away, which is really sad, which I give his condolences to him out and his family for that. I believe her name was Carly, I forget her name. I saw her name somewhere, but Carly McCoy, who was a sports analyst for really sad that died in a plane crash. So really heartbreaking. I think this is going to be a more emotional game for him because he wants to win that game. I think he's playing with a heavy heart right now. So anyways, I think this is going to be a really good game to watch, and I think this is going to be a big fight in the end. So anyways, I think I have to pick a winner in this one. I think I'm going to pick LSU over Clemson in this one. So I think that's going to come down to. On the line, LSU is favored by 5 in this game. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take LSU minus 5. And in the over and under 69.5. I'm going under in this. I think I'm going to go. Wait. I was going to go under in this one. But the way that LSU did and the way that Clemson did, this can go over that, I think. This can go in the 40s, I think. So I'm going to go over 69.5 on this one. So anyway, that's the championship pick on this one. I'll give you my record straight up once those college picks are done. So until then, this is Andrew Warren signing off. Peace.